Okay, family, last time I showed you on how to just make an internal slide inside of your presentation. And I use this as a still shot, as a GIF, as a title, and as font or text, and also a background. Now I'm going to show you how to do just a regular title slide. So basically, let's just say I'm talking about rebellion again. I'm going back down to my internet, and I'm just going to do, let's just do rebellion. And I don't want a GIF this time. I can if I want to, but I just want rebellion. And then I'm going to just hit enter. And so what you're trying to do now is get something that kind of stands out when it comes to rebellion. And you got to be careful when it comes to your internet search, because sometimes if your settings are not right, and my safety search is on, but every now and then you'll get some of these pictures that are inappropriate. And so you got to make sure that you're looking at it, because sometimes you can pick a picture that looks right, but if you look closely at it, it'll have nudity or it'll have some other things. So you have to really be careful on your selections when you're picking something from the World Wide Web. So let's just say if I'm going to go with, oh, I don't know, rebellion, 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 rebellion. First of all, you got to think about what you want to, what do you want to portray the idea. So if I'm thinking of rebellion, I want to think of somebody um, being difficult. So I can look at a word by saying rebellion. I can look at some of these pictures when it look like people are just rebelling against the system. It all depends on what you are trying to communicate to the audience. In this case, I want to talk about rebellion teens. So I'm going to say, I guess, rebellion teens. Uh-oh, I spelled it wrong. Did I spell it wrong? I did spell it wrong. Okay, so nope, that's wrong too. But you know what? I'm gonna keep this wrong, because a lot of times when you do it, it should correct it anyway. Well, in this case, I guess it did, and it looked like it was spelled right. Okay, so you see this picture right here? I'm just picking this up. This to me communicates rebellion. That she's mad at, I guess, her mom or teacher, whoever this is, and I can use this, and it has several related slides here, different things. And I don't like to use watermark ones, but as you can see, you can get an idea of what types of pictures you want by, Google like this. Excuse me. So I'm gonna go back here, and I'm just gonna use this redhead girl. I hit right click, copy image. I go to this PowerPoint, and then what I'm gonna do is just open up a new slide by just doing blank. That's blank. I can change the background if I want to, but in this case, since I'm going to do a full picture, it really doesn't matter, because I'm going to cover the whole thing. And in this case, I'm moving it left and right, because as you can see here, um, this picture overlaps the slide itself. So in this case, I will crop it. If your picture is too big, press right click and go to crop, and you can see how that's the barrier right here. I just line up to that one, right click, crop, line it up to that one, and now it's inside perfectly of the slide. Then what I can do is I can go to insert, and I do word art, and I can pick some funky font or something, this kind of standard. But let's just say if I do, I'm going back to home, and I don't want it to look like this. I want it to look a little more impacting. So I can go to this, I can go scroll down and see what font that I want. And let's just say I just want something that looks like, oh, I don't know, I'm just gonna pick something, anything. I was gonna do something gothic, but you know what? I'm just gonna do this right here. And I want to stand out, so I'm gonna change the color to red. And then I just place um I'm a terrible speller. Rebellion Life. And I want it to stand out a little more, so what I'm gonna do is keep the format the way it is, and I want some outlining, text outlining in white, so it can kind of step out a little bit. Then I'm going to make it a little bit bigger by going back to home, and the font is in 54. Let's do 66, and I'm going to leave it all the way down here. So now that can be my title slide. When I go to it, Rebellion Life. Okay, so that's just a title slide. You can get a little more uh, advanced with it by adding animations and making it come out and make it jump. In fact, I'll do an animation real quick. Remember, I'm going to go to the four-way arrow so it can click the whole thing. I'm going to go to animations, and this right here is the entrance, how it comes in. This is to emphasize how it like jumps or moves around while it's already there, and this is an exit of how you want it to leave. Right here, I just want it to enter in. Let's do bounce. So when it comes in, it's going to bounce in. And now I have it on right now the format. The animation, it says it will bounce only if I click on it. I don't want it to just bounce when I click on it. I want it to bounce right when it goes to the slide. So I will always go with previous, meaning the previous time when the slide comes up, it's going to just come automatically. So when I go to slideshow, it'll just come in automatically without me clicking the button. I only use clicking the button if I'm trying to set the audience up and then give them my title later. Basically, you use click when you want to control when it comes in or not. But if it's just part of the slide and you want it to come in automatically, then always do with previous. All right, and so that's how you do a title slide and then your other uh, avenues. Okay, I hope this helps.